Well, hello guys. This is going to be like a mini micro stupid review on this car. I have to leave the light on because it doesn't film very well at night and it's kind of dark out. And, well, it's a camera phone. It does what it can do. So here's the situation. I went to New York oh my God, what was it? Friday. Drove all the way basically to Harlem, New York from from Lewiston, Maine. And it was a pretty good drive. It went fine going there. Coming back was a lot worse. But I wanted to give you an idea. It's my first long-distance drive in the Ford Fusion Energi. And I wanted to give a review on what it was like to actually drive this car for long distance. Now, going was pretty good. I was able to use electric power for about 25 miles of electric power. And it worked pretty well. I averaged from Portland all the way to Brooklyn. My gas mileage was about 53 to 54 miles per gallon average gas mileage, which was very good. The weather was clear. Everything was nice. It was reasonable temperature, so the car did well. Now, the standard... sorry about that. The standard... hybrid gas mileage on this car is about 42 miles to the gallon. So obviously started very high doing electric at first, and then it dropped down afterwards as I went. The car was reasonably comfortable, very smooth on the road. That's something that's really nice about this car. This car is very smooth on the road. And so it made the drive relatively comfortable. I used Android Auto on the way, mostly to use Waze maps. First time I ever used Waze on a long trip. Very entertaining, telling me where all the cops are and aren't and all that kind of stuff. But nothing crashed. Everything worked about the way it should have. Pretty much everything's pretty much bulletproof. So the car was very comfortable on a long drive, a cruiser basically. Drive back was a little bit more difficult. There was a lot more traffic, although I did use the auto cruise control, which did fantastic in the traffic. Including a lot of driving at 70 miles per hour, then quick slams to 45, and then quick increases to 70, 75 again. My average speed in the 65 was 72. Most of the time, that's basically how I drove. So you can pretty much figure that for my mileage. The car handled itself very well. Very few times did I actually have to take over in order to make sure I didn't bang into anybody. I don't think it would have banged. I got a few brake alarm responses, but that made sense too, considering how severe some of the stops were. That's the way it is pretty much from New York to Connecticut. It was pretty bad. It was Friday night traffic. It was horrid. So here's what happened on the way back. It ended up raining. Mostly a misty kind of rain, but it was windy. Very windy, which killed the gas mileage badly. I refilled and I started from a solid state, a basic state of 0. And I averaged on the way back about 37 miles a gallon, which I'll show you the video here, which is pretty bad. But we need to keep it in perspective. This car's hybrid is 42 miles to the gallon on average. So its hybrid mode is usually about 42 miles to the gallon. So 37 is not good, but it's not as bad as it could be. Number 2, it was windy. Definitely windy. I saw leaves blowing all over the expressway. So it was windy enough, and that probably killed the gas mileage. That along with the rain, which caused also. So gas mileage was bad. Also, I have a feeling most of the drive back was uphill. It seemed like it had more of an upslope. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me on it, guys. Just wanted to say it. One other thing, the seat became increasingly uncomfortable on the trip back. Now, I was very tired at that point, extremely tired, so it's very important that you guys keep that in mind. But this seat is not so good, and I found it overall very uncomfortable, my drive back. Also, surprisingly enough, where your knee goes down here, down there, leaning against bed. People complain about this with the Honda. This has a little bit of soft foam over here where your knee still hurts. And my knee started aching a little from my legs just being spread open a little and pushing against. Yes, I was man spreading. Yes, I'm a man. And yes, I have testicles, so I spread. Excuse me. But either way, it did it caused me a little bit of discomfort on my leg. So straight down, I think the real gas mileage on this car, probably without the wind and all that, probably would have been closer to 45, 46 miles to the gallon going home. The car was very comfortable on the road, as in very smooth, no troubles. Android Auto worked flawlessly. The car worked flawlessly. Its radar cruise control was excellent. There is some knee discomfort over a long period of time while driving. I'll try to get a shot of that spot right there of where the discomfort is. And the seat definitely showed some discomfort. Now, keep in mind, I was very tired, and I mean very tired. So, you know, I had to have the crazy lady of the house sit there and keep me awake the whole time, even the music blaring. She still had to keep me awake. So, just wanted to let you guys know how this car fared on a trip. It fared very well overall, but the seat, generally uncomfortable in my opinion in the long term. Knee, uncomfortable. Sitting over here, even though it was a padded area, it's not padded enough for your knee. So I just wanted to keep that in mind for you guys. And this is just the end of this quick, stupid video. Just giving you an idea how the car did on a trip. 38 out. Take care.